Welcome back, YouTube, to the continuation of the NFL football season preview. So we are going to continue our road through the NFC side of the NFL. So we are talking about the first place and the second place teams from a year ago in the NFC South. So we're going to move on to the third place team from a year ago, and that will be the Carolina Panthers. So Carolina, has been in the midst of a severe lull ever since Cam Newton left, but they have shown some promise ever since at least the last couple of seasons. There's been some promise there. So is there a sense that the age of Cam Newton might be resurrecting itself back in the Tar Heel stage? So let's go ahead and talk about the Carolina Panthers. So Dave Canales will be starting his second season there in Carolina. His first season got off to a absolutely dreadful start. Before week 9, they were 1-7. The one win coming against the Las Vegas Raiders. They did not win a single game at home up until week 9 and weeks 10 when they beat the Saints and the Giants. Of course, the Giants' win last season was in Germany. But they looked competitive after their bye week a year ago. So they have something building there in Carolina, but will it come to fruition in this season? So we look at their key starters, at least in the projections for me. Bryce Young will be starting his third season there in Carolina, followed up by Andy Dalton, the ageless veteran. Chuba Hubbard will be there along with Rico Dowdle and Trevor Etienne, who they drafted out of Florida. Um, and in their backfield there. Tight end will be Tommy Tremble. Nothing really there to write home about. But their number one wide receiver will be, I can't pronounce his name. I think it's Tetaira or whatever, but it's McMillan there. He'll be their rookie out of Arizona, followed by Adam Thielen and Xavier Legette, who had solid seasons a year ago. On defensive side, they did release Jadeveon Clowney, so he's a free agent now. So we look on the defense side, they have Derek Brown there at the defense end, and they also have J.C. Horn, who has been through a gazillion teams, it feels like, at the corner position. All-time record, 219, 62, 261, and one tie, so that's a 45.4 win percentage. They have a losing record against Atlanta and New Orleans in the division, but they do have a one-game edge against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers all-time in that series history. So let's go ahead and delve into that schedule because a year ago they went 5-12. Over under this season is 6.5 wins. They did finish strong, winning 2 of their last 3. One of those games, of course, was in week 18 in garbage time. Didn't really matter. But we would take a look at that schedule. They will be playing a third place schedule. To be perfectly honest, there's a reason why there is not a lot of primetime games going on in Carolina. There's a reason why they have a They only have one game on CBS, one game on Monday night, and the rest are 1 o'clock on Fox, except for the one in Week 15, which is 4:25, still on Fox. Their bye week is in Week 14. I still see this being kind of a not so good year. They're going to get off to a better start though. I have them starting 3-2 in the first 5 weeks, having wins against Jacksonville, Atlanta, and Miami. I do have them losing to Arizona because I think Arizona is just more talented. I do have them losing to New England because in New England they don't have a lot of history, good history there at least. But then after that, I have them losing. What will it be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 straight games. All of those teams will be highly competitive. 3 of those teams were in the playoffs a season ago, which was Buffalo, Green Bay, and I apologize, 2 teams from a season ago. Dallas didn't make it, San Francisco didn't make it, and Atlanta was very close. I do have them snapping that losing streak in Week 13 against the Los Angeles Rams before they hit that bye week, and then finishing 2-2 to finish the regular season. Overall, I have them finishing 6-11, which will be under their over/under win total of 6.5, but a one-game improvement from a season ago. I just think this team it's still trying to find its footing. They've got a lot of young pieces. I'm not really trustworthy of a young team like that, especially with the track record that Bryce Young's had, with the new addition of McMillan there on the wide receiver end, and not a lot of big time key pieces there on the defensive side of the ball. I just think this is going to set up for another disappointing season in Carolina. Again, it would be a one game improvement from a season ago, finishing 5-12, but I just see this still being a losing season and not a good year, but still finishing in third place though in the NFC South. Alright, so this wraps up my video on the Carolina Panthers. So the Panthers are your team. Go ahead and follow this, watch this video, like the video, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel. But in the next video, we will round out the NFC South by talking about the last place team from a year ago, which is the New Orleans Saints, who have got a lot of issues that we're going to delve into. So until then, this is your man Dylan signing off about the Carolina Panthers, and I'll see you in the next video.